Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here on a Monday. Hopefully, everybody had a great weekend as we get a new week started, new hopes and dreams, and getting back on the grind, so to speak, trying to achieve those goals. And, we have a few things to talk about. National Football League weekend opened up this week. So it is one of those days where it's like, all right, here we go. We've got a busy week ahead. And what am I looking at here? Hold on. Here we go. I need to take this off the screen. There we go. All right, Karen. Hello, Karen. Hello. How are you? Hopefully you had a good weekend. Hope your sister's doing better. If I recall correctly, your sister had a bit of a leg injury. Hopefully she's okay. Hopefully getting better. So Karen, thanks for checking in. Greatly appreciate it. And James checking in. Hey, James, how's everything going? Hopefully, James had a good weekend as well. So we are getting started on this Monday. Now, I know the National Football League dominates much of what goes on in the country on the weekends during the fall. And week one, we had a few surprises. That's great to hear. That is great to hear. So pass along our best, please, Karen. If you would, we'd greatly appreciate it. Craig, good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? One of the things I wanted to talk about, because it's the National Football League, and we just, locally we have teams, Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, and let's take a look at the Browns. Cincinnati played as well, and in the AFC North, Baltimore played. So Baltimore lost last Thursday. They lost to the Kansas City Chiefs on Thursday in the season opener. But then the big surprise of the weekend, the Patriots, New England Patriots, expected to do nothing. New head coach, new quarterback, expected not to do much. Goes to Cincinnati, beats Joe Burrow, and the Cincinnati Bengals 16-10. So it was something that was a bit surprising. Cincinnati losing. Lasagna at Scafidi today at 10. All right. Well, there you go. All right, James. Sharing the knowledge about what, if you're looking for some lasagna, Scafidi's today. And then the Browns, that was a rough one for the Browns. Dallas Cowboys headed to Cleveland on Sunday, and Cleveland took a bit of a beating. They just not in that game early on. They did the Browns. They did come back and started to play well or better in the second half. But the start of the game was very, very poor. And then the Steelers, and Ron is on it as always. His offensive player of the week, obviously, he'll be the special teams player of the week, no doubt. Offensive player of the week, Boswell, 6 field goals and a punt. Watts, defensive player of the week, dominated the game. Absolutely. And GM, yeah, we're ready to go. We're ready to roll. Bobby, what do you think? Is everybody are you gonna hit the panic mode? Panic button. Some of those teams, some games this tonight now. I believe the last game of the week is an interesting one. San Francisco, one of the favorites to perhaps go to the Super Bowl, as they did last year, and they will take on the New York Jets that have Aaron Rodgers back. So that's a big doing right there. So I'm hoping San Francisco, in terms of my fantasy football team, can hold the San Francisco defense can hold down Aaron Rodgers, keep him and Bryce Hall very much in check tonight, but we'll see. Hans, yes, indeed. The Steelers get a win. Yeah, Karen, excited for the Steelers, absolutely. And how about those Dolphins? Yeah, last second field goal to win it, and literally as time ran out, and just a big win for them. And Ron, check back in, listen to Cleveland radio. They want Watson gone. I'll tell you what, we've talked about it, Ron. They made a big move. They made a big splash. And anybody has opinion on this, they made a big splash for Deshaun Watson. He was in a bit of legal trouble, or controversy was swirling around him, as he had some issues down in Houston where he may or may not have done some inappropriate things during massages with different masseuses, and got himself in a spot of trouble to the point where he is no longer allowed to do that on his own. He has to be certified by the team, all kinds of stuff. And so during all of this, the Browns decided to trade for him, and he has not lived up to the billing. He's had some injuries, had some bad luck, but he has not played the way he did in Houston. Pardon me. And the other thing that happened was he reset how the quarterbacks are played. And a lot of other National Football League teams were not happy about the fact that he got guaranteed basically all of his money, basically guaranteed $250 million or whatever the price tag was. I'm talking off the top of my head, but so he reset the market, got the guarantee, and he has not lived up to that. And yesterday, they don't look great. Now the Dallas defense is very, very good, but he did not look like the All Pro or the Pro Bowler that they hope he would look like. All right, Watson could be gone. You never know. It's just we'll have to see how the season goes. But week 1 in the books, and we had Tom Brady in Cleveland, which was our quarterback. He would have been okay. What did everybody think of Tom Brady as an analyst on Fox? Everybody paying him $350 million over 10 years, so $35 million a year to do the color commentary. So it'll be interesting. James checking back in. Wow, they get paid so much even if they do something wrong. Well, that's just the nature of the business. That's the nature of the business. I mean, you get paid National Football League money for being a National Football League player. I never get upset about the money somebody makes in the National Football League. It gets talked about, but basically it's the going rate in the National Football League. It's kind of like if you compare it to movie stars, let's say Jack Nicholson or Tom Cruise. We saw him during the Olympics quite a bit. Tom Cruise makes a lot of money a movie. I mean, and if he has a producer credit, he makes even more money. But let's say Tom Cruise is going to make $20 million to make the next Top Gun movie, or $30 million or $40 million. It doesn't matter. But let's say he's going to make $40 million. So let's say it stinks. It just comes out. It's terrible. He's getting that money back. Well, why is he getting $40 million to start? Well, because he's a movie star. And that's what the going rate is, to have Tom Cruise do your movie, especially if you expect it to do as well as it does. And if it doesn't do as well, then you got to eat it. But you got to remember now, with the way they do movies now, you can see it in the movie theater. You can see it on the small screen. You can rent it, all those different ways that they make money. But it might not be very good. Maybe it wasn't his best performance, but he still gets paid because that's the going rate. National Football League quarterbacks, the going rate right now for a top elite quarterback is about $250 million. Dak Prescott just got paid. So back to Tom Brady in the booth. Thought Brady did a good job. I thought he was solid. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was necessarily overwhelming. I think it's his first game. I think he's going to get his legs. He's going to get a better feel for it. But if you thought he was going to bring controversy and everything, I don't think he really did that. So it'll be interesting to see how he grows into the job. But Tom Brady back in the nation's spotlight as a commentator. He is definitely well informed. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he's not going to make mistakes because he hasn't studied up. He hasn't prepared. He's prepared. And now it's just whether or not you like his style. You have a guy like Tony Romo on CBS. A lot of people love the way he calls a game with Jim Nantz and the way he describes things and the way he goes about his business, or Troy Aikman on Monday Night Football, or Kirk Herbstreit when he does the Thursday night games with Al Michaels. So there's just different ways to do it. I mean, basically it's all the same, and it's just whether or not you like the style of that particular person. So I think Tom Brady will be fine. I don't think he's not going to be the next John Madden. But then again, nobody's going to be the next John Madden. Let's see, $35 million outrageous doubles Bills pay. Well, Ron, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate the kind words, but I don't think anyone's shelling out $35 million for me. But it would be nice if someone did, if someone wanted to. James, checking back, controversial games sell tickets. Absolutely. Any controversy, any big storyline, the hot storyline is something that's going to sell tickets. But then again, in the National Football League, if you go and support your team, you want to see your team do well. So let's sake of argument, Cincinnati, they lose to New England. Let's say they don't play well the first 5 or 6 games of the season. They basically become out of touch with the possibility of going to the playoffs. Or Cleveland doesn't get stuff turned around. Now, the Steelers won They won with the field goals, but they didn't put any offensive touchdowns on there. So if things go sideways, people are smart. People have it. Money's too precious these days to shell out some of the money that people do. It's like, oh, I want to go and see a game. I really want. If you don't have season tickets, I wanted to go see this game, but they want $300 for a ticket. So I got to pay groceries, gas, all that other stuff, and all that other stuff costs more. So maybe the person goes, well, they're 4-6. I'm not going to go see him play that game, whether it's controversial or not. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Only bad thing with Brady, he is from that team up north. Actually, his last team was the team down south in Tampa Bay, where Baker Mayfield. Oh, okay. Oh, let's get into this. Baker Mayfield doing a nice job in Tampa Bay. Did the Browns pull the trigger on getting rid of Baker Mayfield a little too soon? Or did he just need a fresh start and the team needed a fresh start from him? Somebody may have made a mistake because maybe he stays and maybe he starts playing better. But it seemed like it was one of those things that he needed to go and get a fresh start. And he's done well down in Tampa Bay so far. I hit the thumbs up button for Bill and tell all your friends we need more input. Bobby, I greatly appreciate it. So we've got that going on today. But I had a big question. Pardon me. I don't know. I got to clear my throat there. This is a question. It doesn't have anything to do with football. But I saw it in my email. It's a survey that came in this email, and I want to get your opinions on it. Here's a survey. Now, we just spent the summer in Paris with the Olympics. The Paralympics just wrapped up as well. It's the city of love, city of light, all those things. And so here's the deal. Survey, Paris falls to second place as the most romantic destination in the world. So first of all, I started to think, I'm like, well, what's more romantic? Paris. So I couldn't think anything right away. So I opened up the email and I found out. What do you think? I mean, so that's supposed to be the most romantic place. New City of Love. A survey of 2,000 Americans looked at some of the most romantic travel destinations in the world and found that Maui, Hawaii, was voted the top pick this year with 34%. 34% of the vote. While many respondents still cherish the intimacy of Paris, that brings Paris in with 33%, results show that the scenic destinations like Rome, Italy, 29%, or Greece, 11%, can hold their own. Others look to beach tropical locations like Cancun, Mexico, 19%, Costa Rica, 13%, British Virgin Islands, 12%. So some interesting numbers there. But is Maui the new destination? I've never been to Paris. I've never been to Maui. I may never be there. So I'm missing out on all the romance, perhaps. What do you guys think? What do you think about that information? Or do you just go, whatever? All right, let's see. Ron, if Ohio State don't beat Michigan, this Michigan team this year, somebody will be fired. Michigan did not look good. Now, I will say this. Texas looked very, very good. And again, it's one of those things. You have a new coach, you have a lot of new players, and I'm not making excuses for Michigan, but new coach, new players, and you're playing a Texas team that brought back a lot of guys, including their quarterback, and that is huge. So they come back, they have their quarterback, and they made Michigan look pedestrian. So that was a big win there for Texas on the road at the Big House. But Ron, I agree with you. If Ohio State doesn't beat Michigan this year, then Day's going to be in trouble. He's got all the recruits, he's got all the talent, he gets guys in there, but they need to get over that Michigan hump now. And it seems like it goes in cycles. When Ohio State will get hot for a few years, Michigan will get hot for a few years. So we'll see what happens. But that's a good point. James calling Italy is very romantic. Paris, not so much for me. All right. I have not been to Italy, so I've been to Sweden. Thought it was lovely, but I don't think people think of Sweden as a romantic place. Although beautiful place. Been to Cancun, which was on the list. Yeah, romantic, I guess. You get the beach, the summer sun. The sun all year round. So that was nice. But most romantic in the world, I would still go with Paris, I guess. But I've never been to Maui, so it'd be interesting to find out. Maybe I should make a trip. We could do field trip. I mean, we still have to get that field trip. I was asked yesterday, when are we doing the field trip to Cambridge? So, but we kind of put that on hold because Karen had some stuff going on. So we were putting that on hold for a little bit, see when it would be most convenient for everybody. But so we'll wait and see on that. Other thing in terms of football that was announced, Kendrick Lamar. Yes, Kendrick Lamar. Super Bowl, February 9th. Is everybody ready for the Super Bowl? February. Already talking about the Super Bowl. Rapper Kendrick Lamar will be headlining the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show. Lamar, who has 17 Grammys awards and a Pulitzer Prize. Lamar announced the news on Sunday on his social media pages. The NFL also touted the news. Super Bowl 59 is set to be played at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans on Sunday, February 9th. I have been to New Orleans. If you want some food and some good music, can't beat New Orleans. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Bourbon Street, you got to do Bourbon Street once just to go down Bourbon Street. I've been there on a couple of New Year's Eves when we were covering bowl games, Ohio State, Florida State, Ohio State, and who was the next year? Texas A&M. And Bourbon Street gets a little crazy. Absolutely does. Lives up to the rep. But in terms of the city itself, I really enjoyed New Orleans. The food, the people, the Superdome is amazing, and it's a neat place. It's got a soul to it that's all its own. I mean, the music is phenomenal. So if you have a chance to go to New Orleans, I really enjoyed it. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I really, really enjoyed New Orleans. Would it be the most romantic city in the world? Probably not. Probably not. But it's got a lot of what you need. It's got a lot of what you need. So, I really like New Orleans. So that's where the Super Bowl is going to go. And Ken is going to be in. Kendrick Lamar is going to be the halftime headliner. Can't beat New Orleans for food. You must be missing Cooking Up a Storm with Jeff. Wow, absolutely. You got to have Cooking Up a Storm with Jeff. Anytime you can do that. He made nachos. He had this mountain of nachos he made the other day, and then he had a dip for football games made with cream cheese. I think there were some Oreos crumbled up on it. I'm going to have to check that out, take a look at that, but a lot going on. Well, I can't thank everybody enough for joining us today. But before we go, you know what we have to do, because it's Valley Converting. They are our sponsor. We can't thank them enough for being with us.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
Valley Converting, always working for the people, and Valley Converting in the gem city of Toronto, Ohio, T-Town. So if you have a lot of recycling to do, give them a call. They'll be able to help you out. They'll be able to take your product and turn it into new product, and it'll be something to help the environment and everybody else. So if you have a chance, please check them out in the gem city of Toronto. And let's see what we have here. All right, James, I don't know if everybody's going to agree with you on that one, but if that's when you feel most romantic, a live football game, then hey, so be it. So be it. If you and your loved one, if that's your most romantic place, enjoy. Plenty of live football going on now. Plenty of live football all over the place. Ohio Valley, and of course on Friday nights, you want to be here with us on our digital platform pages. You want to be on the WTOV9 YouTube channel, WTOV9 app, and the WTOV9 website, WTOV9.com, because we'll bring you Sports Friday on the go. We have games all over the Ohio Valley. We'll talk them down, break it down myself and the Nacho Man, Don Sloan, and we will give you the highlights, we'll give you the touchdowns, we'll let you know what's going on that night. So, again, that's Friday night coming up. It starts about 10 of 7. Get you prepped for the game, and then the games all start, and we go from there. So it'll be a lot of fun. James is just kidding. Okay. All right. His girlfriend probably said, wait a minute. Our most romantic place is not a live football game. So James took that back. So James, all right, just kidding. But you know what? Unfortunately, I'm not kidding here. I have to go. I can't thank you enough for joining in. Greatly appreciate it, as always. And again, thanks to Valley Converting for helping us bring this to you. And again, I can't thank you enough for joining in every day. We're got a little bit of a late start today, a couple technical issues, but we have those all set. We're ready to go. So looking forward to a big week. And it's a Monday. New hopes and dreams, everybody, for this week. Hopefully you have good hopes and dreams, and hopefully they all come true. All right, until next time, everybody, remember 2 rules. Have fun and always try your best. Have a great day, everyone.